Good morning. Welcome to this hot Tuesday. This is our CBS News Minnesota morning update. I'm Heather Brown. Jason is off today. He's down in even hotter Louisville for the rest of the week. He'll be back next week. But we got you here. We got you all up to speed on the news and the weather because the weather is just going to be hot. In fact, our next weather tower on our WCCO rooftop is flashing red. It hasn't flashed red all year long, and that's just because of this heat advisory that's coming through. Look at that, 93 degrees, but it's going to feel much hotter than that by 4 o'clock this afternoon. You're going to want to stay inside, go to the pool, just get somewhere that has some good air conditioning. It's been a while since we've had temperatures this hot. Our bodies just aren't used to it. So we want to know, what's your plan for today? I talked with my kids yesterday because they're home for this week before camps and stuff start. And I told them they could stay in the basement and watch a movie. And you would have thought it was Christmas time at our house. But, you know, what are you going to do? How are you going to do this? I know a lot of people still probably have to work outside. You're going outside there. You're drinking water. You're using the mister. You're taking some breaks. What are you doing? There you go. There's that red next weather tower there. You know, when it's flashing, it's not a good sign. It's not going to last forever, but it is going to be tough for at least today. So we'd love to hear from you. If you're watching right now, if you're on Facebook, if you're hanging out with us this morning, comment on the section there, and then we'll read through a few of those in just a little bit. Now, some schools are also making changes because of this heat. Minneapolis public schools, you know, they're in school longer because of the strike there. 14 of their schools, though, aren't fully air conditioned, so some of the students are staying home. They're asking all the students to do at-home learning, you know, because it just gets too hot in those buildings there. The after-school activities are canceled as well. And, you know, if you can't avoid the heat today, if you and your family can't, be sure to stay alert there. Just keep an eye out for any signs of heat stroke. You know, you're just going to want to be careful and drink that extra water today. Also here in other news, U.S. stock markets that has plunged now into a bear market. This morning, we're looking into what that means for your money. All of this coming on the heels of Wall Street investors who are really nervous about what the Fed might do to control inflation. They might be raising interest rates more than they have in a very long time. So look at these numbers, or don't look at these numbers if you are concerned about your 401k, which is a lot of us. Dow going down almost 900 points, NASDAQ down 530 there, broader S&P falling almost 4%. So that index now 20% below its all-time high that was set back in January. So that's putting it in the bear market territory there. We haven't heard bear markets in a long time, too. This morning, though, the stock futures are trending positive, so we shall see. Maybe that sell-off, well, maybe we'll get some of that back today. Hard to know yet at this point. Hard to know what all of this means, right? We're talking about high gas prices on food, on really much everything. So are there ways to best protect your money? Financial experts say that you should make a spending plan for right now, pay down your debt as well as you can, put away as much money as you can for emergency savings. You know, if we head into a recession, job losses, as hard as it might be, they also say don't make any long-term decisions quickly. So if you're thinking about buying that house, I have some friends that thought, you know, we're just thinking about it now, but we might wait just a little while. National treasure that thousands of people flock to every time this year. But check this out. This is crazy. This is a building at Yellowstone National Park. The whole thing goes into the water, and that's because there's massive flooding over there. This is the Yellowstone River. The whole building just swept away. All of the entrances to this park in Montana, they are now closed. Tourists in some spots had to be ushered out of the park there. Some of the roads and bridges have been washed out. This has just happened in the last week. Our meteorologist Lisa Meadows was there last week and looked nothing like this, but they've had really heavy rains. They've also had that melting snow. So, you know, someone who's headed out to Yellowstone, we're going to keep an eye out there. FDA beginning 2 days of meetings to discuss certain COVID-19 vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer. So today the agency will vote on whether or not to recommend if those kids 6 to 17 can get their Moderna shot. Then tomorrow, the FDA will consider recommending both companies' shots for the kids between 6 months and 5 years old. That's going to make a lot of parents very happy there. This has been a long time coming there. That is, of course, the group that's 6 months to 5 years old right now that is unable to get their COVID-19 vaccines. And new this morning, a special honor here in Minnesota. Best children's hospital in the countries were named, and Children's Minnesota right up there again. They were ranked in the top 50 in several specialties, including cardiology and heart surgery and lung surgery. The Mayo Clinic's Children's Center in Rochester was named the #1 hospital in Minnesota. So these rankings are done annually by the U.S. News and World Report. So very glad to have them here as our neighbors. Breakthrough this morning for people with hair loss that's caused by an autoimmune disease. The FDA has approved a new treatment for alopecia that restored hair for nearly half of the patients that took it. This is really something. This drug is already used for rheumatoid arthritis, and that means that because it's already been approved, insurance could be more likely to cover the meds, which can run more than $2,000 a month. So Minnesota cornfields could look much different over the next few summers. Bayer, the company that makes the aspirin, well, they're actually in a different line of work, too. They're testing a new breed of shorter corn. The stalks, they usually grow 9 to 10 feet, much taller than us. But at that height, it makes it a whole lot easier for them to be snapped or uprooted by storms and high winds, which we know can happen in the summertime here in Minnesota. But this new hybrid corn, it's only about 6 feet tall, and they can actually plant it closer together.
I would expect that we'll have an opportunity here to be looking at it in the not too distant future.
So that's Dave Nicolai. He's with the U of M Extension. And he says that we could actually see this shorter corn in the next 1 to 3 years. So it's not like it's like mid-thigh high by 4th of July with those, maybe. High praise this morning for a Minneapolis restaurant. This is very, very cool. They have been named the best in the country. Owamni won Best New Restaurant at the James Beard Awards for excellence in cuisine and hospitality. There's the chef, Sean Sherman. He had also been nominated for Best Chef in the region. Owamni serves indigenous food from this region to highlight Native American ingredients and traditions. So congratulations to them. A lot of great chefs that were nominated here from Minnesota. New park opening up today in St. Paul, Gateway Park, one of the first sites to open at the Highland Bridge development there. That's the old Fort Plant site. So there's going to be a skate park, walking paths, picnic tables, and more. City leaders celebrating Gateway Park's grand opening with a ribbon cutting this afternoon. Perhaps they should bring their umbrellas and their water bottles full of ice there, but very cool happening over there in St. Paul. This could be one of my favorites of the day. Not the new kids anymore, right? But they are certainly keeping the party going over at the X. Yep, the wait is over. It's time to party. New Kids on the Block are going to be at the Xcel Energy Center tonight, and they brought some friends with them. Some really iconic friends. This is a crazy great concert. Salt-N-Pepa, Rick Astley, En Vogue. So if you grew up in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, just want to jam out to these songs. Oh, this is so fun. Show starts tonight at 7 o'clock, and very tempting, tickets are still available. Soon, Flyers will have a new option when it comes to visiting our neighbors to the north. Sun Country launching its first flight to Canada, service from MSP to Vancouver. It's going to start tomorrow morning. Seasonal flights are going to be available on Wednesdays and Sundays, and that's going to go through September. And soon enough, you're going to be able to get a Jack and a Coke and a can. Just cut out that middleman, cut out that little step there. Coca-Cola and the makers of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey are teaming up, and they're going to sell a ready-to-drink canned Jack and Coke cocktail. So it's first going to be available in Mexico, then they're going to roll it out worldwide. It'll likely be available sometimes in stores in 2023, because that's the trend right now. A lot of this ready-made stuff, but I don't know. You could do it all together. Humans aren't the only ones who need to beat the heat. This is hilarious. See, these squirrels, don't be alarmed. Because I certainly would be if I didn't know what was happening. This is from GERD. This is from the Kenny neighborhood in Minneapolis. It says there's 4 squirrels just sprawled out right there. Yeah, it's right on the stonework. Stonework's a little colder, right? Keeps them cool. This is the thing that squirrels do. It's called splooting. That's what the experts tell us, splooting. Squirrels just do it to cool themselves down. Just chill out there. So if you just happen to see a squirrel splooting in your yard, you'll know exactly what they are doing. All right, back to today's talker, splooting, heat. Let's see what you're having to say. How are you keeping cool? Oh, Jackie, what a great idea. Popsicles, lots and lots of popsicles. You know what, Jackie? You just made me think. I'm going to pick some of those up on the way home. Great idea there. Who else do we have? We have Becca. She's going to be at work in a kitchen. Oof, that's going to be tough. Drinking lots of water. Kids will be at home in the AC with the babysitter. Yep, that's exactly what we are doing. Danielle, bringing water to work today to share with my coworkers. Oh, hell, that's really nice, Danielle, because everybody doesn't remember to drink that water when they need to. Drink it today and tomorrow, and the kids are going to be at the pool. Yep, Christina, that is the best way to do this. Go to the pool, 2 hours, tire them out, let it sweat out. What a good Minnesota summer. Thanks, everybody, for sharing how you are going to keep the cool. It's good to be with you here this morning. This is your morning update from CBS News Minnesota. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow.